to 32. So, ayan. Okay, tama. The correct answer is circle, yung green. A is equal to 33, B is equal to 32. So, ayan yung solution dun sa chat box natin. Okay? So, pag nag-analyze ng ganitong mga type ng problem or mga algorithm, you need to do it step by step. Okay? Okay. That's good. Sino yan? Si Dion and Jenny. Okay. Siya tayo nakakuha ng tamang sagot rito. Okay, next. What is the minimum virtual memory required in megabytes under the conditions below? Okay, sabi dyan, memory required for the OS is 200 megabytes. Then number 2, memory required for applications is 50 megabytes per application multiplied by the number of applications that run concurrently. Okay, 8 applications run concurrently. Now, number 3, memory required for activities such as controlling main memory. Now, amount of main memory plus 20 megabytes. So, amount of main memory is 520 megabytes. Required virtual memory will be the sum of the conditions 1 through number 3. Okay? Now, that's good, tama. Okay? Si Miss Jennifer, Miss Erica. Okay? You only need to compute the sum, or you only need to add 200 megabytes, 50, tapos 20. Yung 50 pala, we need to times 8 by 8. So that is 50 times 8, that is 400 megabytes. Kasi meron daw 8 applications na gumagana nung time na yon. Okay, so we have 400 plus 200, that is 600 plus 20, 620 plus 512, 1,120 plus 12, but that is 1,122 megabytes. Okay, that's good. Okay, next. User B informs you that his or her update statement seems to be hung. Which is the possible solution that you can find. Si user A kasi nag-issue ng command, update customer orders. Na-update niya yung table na cost _ orders, and sinet niya yung ID nung record is equal to 200, where ID is equal to 1. So from 1, yung ID 1 sa yung record with ID 1, babaguhin niya ngayon yung ID to 200. Now si B, nag-issue rin ng command, update cost _ orders, set ID is equal to 300. Pero ang binabago niya rin na record, si record with ID 1. Now naghang si B. Bakit? Kasi ongoing yung update ni user A. Now ano yung best solution na pwede nyong gawin para makapag-execute din si user B? Okay. Answer is Aris, triangle, Miss Jennifer, triangle. Okay. So, is it no action is required? Of course, mali na yung green because sabi nga, ano yung possible solution? Pag kinuha naman natin yung orange, ask user B to abort the statement, okay, pwede rin. But the problem is, hindi na makakapag-update si user B. Okay? So, pag blue, the same siya nung orange. Bakit the same sila? Ano dapat ito? Ask user A to abort the statement. Okay? So, mali rin yun. Now, the correct answer is yung red, yung triangle natin. Sabihan muna natin si user A na i-commit niya muna yung transaction. After committing the transaction, now B can now update the record ng customer orders na table. Okay? Kasi meron tayo tawag sa database system na kapag meron kang ina-update na isang record, ginagawa ni database on hold yung update na transaction, especially in MySQL. Okay? Next. This is to for data integrity yung solution na yun. Okay. A company has different kinds of forms that must be submitted by paper. The company wishes to provide these forms as electronic files on the web bulletin board system within its intranet and make them available to all employees. Since many of the forms use more than one font or include diagrams and tables, the forms must be printable without being affected by user's software environment. Which of the following is the most appropriate data format? Okay? Circle, PDF, 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 PDF. Okay. Now that's good na alam nyo yung format na to. Especially kapag mag-apply kayo ng trabaho, no? Ang daming kong na-encounter na sa amin, nag-a-apply, sinesend yung resume or CV in Word format or document format. The problem is, may iba-ibang version ng application yung mga employers, okay? Or yung mga HR kung saan mo sinesend yung file mo. Okay? Take note kapag mag-a-apply ka ng trabaho, your CV, resume, and even your application letter na ina-attach mo sa Gmail or sa email mo should be in PDF format. Okay? Make sure na ganon kasi para okay pa rin yung design and layout ng resume mo and CV pagdating sa employer side. Okay? So the correct answer is PDF format. Okay, next. For program logic design, array looping and conditional statements, integers are stored in the first to nth elements of an array. A, n is greater than 1. Okay? Meaning the index of A is greater than 1. The flowchart below shows the process to check which element of the array contains the same value as X. Which of the following correctly describes the execution result of this process? Dito yung maraming na mali. Tama? So sabi dyan, yung condition natin is K less than or equal to N. Pag less than or equal to N, ang gagawin natin, yung isa-set natin, mag-take tayo ulit ng condition, is X not equal to A of K or equal to A of K. Or, yung another condition natin doon sa K is greater than N. Mag-end na siya. Okay? Now, which of the following correctly describes the execution result of this process? Okay, triangle. If the same value as X exists in two places of the array, the first and nth elements K is set to 1. Okay? So, if the same value as X exists in two places of the array, the first and nth elements K is set to 1. Okay, next. If the same value as X exists in two places of the array, the first and nth elements K is set to N. Okay? If the same value as X is not in the array, K is set to 1. Halimbawa, kung hindi naman nakita yung the same value as X dun sa array, hindi nakita, ilalagay natin, isiset natin si K as 1 para magkaroon tayo ng result dun sa execution process. Now, if the same value as X is not in the array, K is set to N. Okay? So, mapapansin nyo dyan, sabi dito, ito, nandito sa taas, K is set to 1. Tama? Okay. Then, we do K is greater than n, pag yung k is greater than n doon sa natin array, we will end the execution. Otherwise, if k is less than or equal to n, pupunta tayo sa x is equal to a, kukunin natin yung index, kukunin natin yung elements ni a array gamit yung k as an index. Okay? So kapag equal na siya, yung x doon sa array natin na a, it means there is ang tawag doon, meron tayo nakuha ang same value. So we will end the process. Otherwise, if not, we will increment the index k. Kaya meron diyang k is equal to k plus 1. Tapos babalik tayo ulit doon sa comparison. Is k greater than n? Okay. So, yung n natin is the maximum bound nung array natin. Now, alin dito yung mga di-describe? Okay, the correct answer is if the same value as x exists in two places of the array, the first and nth elements k is set to 1. Okay? So, ito yon yung triangle, yung green. Okay, sabi ni Aris, yung red. Alin dito yung red kanina? Parehas na silang red yung tatlo. Kasi yung if the same value as x is not in the array, k is set to 1. Wrong yon. Okay? If the same value as x exists in two places of the array, the first and ninth elements k is set to n. Hindi. Okay? Kasi kino-compare natin si k dun sa maximum bound natin where k is the index, okay, of the array. Okay, next. Parang meron isang nakakuha nito doon sa natin, nitong question na to. Ito, may isang nga nakakuha. Ay, tatlo yata yung nakakuha nito. Okay, next natin. Nasaan na yun? Okay, when it comes to networking naman, in the OSI 7-layer model, which of the following layers converts data from the upper layer into many tiny pieces called segments for transmission across the network? Okay, there is a keyword dito. Okay? Ang sabi dyan, segments for transmission. Okay? Ano ba yung data link layer? Ang data link layer, dyan natin nililink yung mga itatransmit pa lang natin. Okay? Physical layer naman, dyan sa part na yan natin, check yung mga data to be transported. Okay? Now, the keyword here is, kino-convert natin yung data from the upper layer into segments for transmission. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung process na yon nasa part siya ng transport layer. Kasi bago mo mai-transport, kailangan mai-convert mo na muna siya into segments. Kaya nga, mapapansin nyo, kapag meron kayong mga open na port doon sa sa system nyo, halimbawa nag-create, meron kang WAMP or some server, o kaya gumagamit ka ng Node.js, nag-open ka ng maraming ports. Okay? Kaya nagtataka ka bakit kapag nagla-live stream ka ng mga video, may part na okay na, may part na hindi pa. Ano ibig sabihin nun, yung segment nung area ng video na yon, pag nag-live stream ka, medyo blurred, hindi pa natatransmit sa'yo sa layer ng network mo. Okay? Kaya pag tinatransfer kasi ang isang file, halimbawa yung image, hindi yan buong image dumadaan sa isang port lang. Okay? Maraming kino-convert yan into segments tapos saka nagta-travel sa network. Okay? Kaya pagdating sa iyo, bubuuin ulit yan nung network mo yung image na yon. Kokolektahin niya lahat ng yung mga packets, data packets na yon. Tapos sa kanya bubuin, tapos sa kanya ikukan sa iyo. Kaya pag nagkaroon ng data corruption dun sa transfer ng data file or ng image or ng document, corrupted or probably yung image mo hindi buo. Okay, next. Which of the following is an appropriate purpose of installing a firewall in a computer network? Okay, to authenticate internal user, to block and permit data traffic, to protect a computer from computer virus, or to protect a computer from computer viruses. Okay? So, bakit ba merong firewall na in-install tayo? Okay? Pag check nyo yung firewall ninyo sa system ninyo, sa laptop or desktop PC ninyo, makita nyo doon, meron kang capability to disable yung application mo to access the network. Or you can block or you can allow your application to transmit and receive data packets. Okay? So the correct answer is hindi natin siya ginagamit to authenticate internal users because this one is part of login security, probably sign in to protect a computer from computer viruses. Okay. Pwede rin pero not necessarily kasi firewall, the main task of the firewall is okay, tama. Si Lisel, Jennifer, sino pa? Okay. To block and permit data traffic. Okay, next is stack is the data structure that can be referred to by index. Of course, stack is a last in, last out. Tama? First in, last out. Last in, first out. Tama? Okay, so obviously, this is false because array is a data structure that can be referred to by index. Okay? Array yung ginagamitin natin ng index. Okay, next is which of the following will be the output after executing the following statements in Java? Okay? Which of the following will be the output after executing the following statements in Java? Okay? The correct answer is it true, compile time error, runtime error, false? Ano ba ginagawa ng program? Okay, nag-declare tayo ng program ng variable na b which is boolean type with a value of false. Then yung b is equal to false, we do a comparison here. Okay, we do a conditional comparison here. What is the value of b? False. Sabi dyan, tinanong natin sa naka-parenthesis, false is equal to false. Okay, since yung value ng b is false, tapos kino-compare natin siya sa false, so parehas silang false. So the result will be true. Now yung true na value na yun is save natin kay b. After that, we will print the value of b using system.out.println. Now the correct answer is true. Okay, correct. Mark Angelo, Karen, yan. Okay, next. Which of the following extracts specific columns from tables in a relational database? So, ano ba dyan sa mga operation na yan, database operation, yung ginagamit natin to get specific columns from a table in a relational database. Join is used to combine, okay, two or more tables or two or more columns from different tables. Selection, we select specific columns in a table. Union, almost the same with join, but in union, we combine totally the columns in table 1, table 2, and so on. Okay? The correct answer is projection. When you see projection, it will extract a specific column from a table. Okay? May project lang tayong information na gusto nating makita or data. Okay, next. Ay, that's good. Nakuha nung karamihan. Okay, next we have if B is a Boolean variable. Then the statement below has what effect? Okay? So ito yung kanina natin na problem na statement. Okay? Ano bang ginagawa nitong B is equal to open and close parenthesis B equal sign, double equal signs, conditional operator or comparison operator, false. Okay? It causes a compile time error message or it causes a runtime error message. It always changes the value B. B will be false regardless of its value before the statement was executed. Okay, say we have B is equal to true. Okay? Now, B is equal to true is equal to false. Now, the result of this one is B is equal to false, obviously. Okay? Now, if the value of B is false, original value of B is false, initial value niya, then B is equal to false is equal to false, then B now is equal to true. So, anong ginagawa niya? If you will notice, ang ginagawa niya, yung initial value ni B is false, pero true. Pero, nung ginamit natin yung statement, yung expression, naging false na yung value ni B. Okay, dito naman tayo sa next, yung value ni B is false. After executing the statement, yung value ni B ngayon naging true na. So anong ibig sabihin nun? It always changes the value of B. Kung ano man yung initial value niya, it will change the value of B. Okay? So, great observation dun sa mga nakakuha. Next. Internet and the World Wide Web. Which of the following is a mechanism that allows a web server to store its own information about a user on the user's own computer so that the web server can identify users and possibly prepare customized web pages for them? Okay? The correct answer is, okay, ginagamit natin yan. Hindi pwede yung SSL because SSL is used for security, authentication. Password is used for login or sign in. URL is used for directory locator. Okay? So the correct answer is it is a type of internet service used for the transmission of files. So, that's good na, ang dami nang nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Okay. A type of internet service used for the transmission of files. Okay, of course. Alam na natin ito, file transfer protocol. Okay. Next. Which of the following provides the function of mapping between domain names and IP addresses in a TCP or IP network? Okay. Is it DHCP, SNMP, DNS, or proxy? Yung DHCP natin, ginagamit natin for assigning a specific random IP address doon sa ating client or sa ating device. Okay, SNMP ginagamit natin for emails, DNS for domain name, proxy is, so the correct answer is domain name system or DNS. Makita niyo yung kalimitan doon sa IP4 ninyo na settings sa network. Okay, next is, it is a set of instructions that allow the creation and integration of applications. Okay, is it advanced program processing information, advanced application processing information, application programming interface, application processing interface. So, through this, nakaka-create tayo ng another application and i-integrate natin yung mga iba't ibang applications. Okay, the correct answer is yung tinatawag nating API or the Application Programming Interface. So halimbawa, may gusto kong gamitin na feature sa Facebook, yung Facebook chat nila, you only need the API of the chat feature ng Facebook or na Messenger. Okay. Next is, this is a term used in the context of web design to suggest the path that user takes while browsing a website. Okay? Ito yung nagkakaroon ka ng suggestion doon sa user kung ano na yung susunod na path or ano yung directory na pwede niyang puntahan. Okay? ang tawag natin doon is navigation. Hindi siya casting, hindi siya identification, hindi rin siya graphics media. Okay? Sometimes, as a web developer, we put breadcrumbs doon sa ating pages. Okay, next. The time that depends on the input and an already sorted sequence that is easier to sort. Okay? It refers to the time that depends on the input. Nakadepende sa input yung speed ng processing and so on. Is it process time, evaluation, input, running time? Okay, of course, the correct answer is gaano kabilis mag-execute yung program mo depends on the input. Okay? So, that is running time. Okay, next is, which of the following is incorrect? Algorithms can be represented as, pwede ba natin siyang i-represent ng pseudocode, using a syntax, a flowchart, or a program? Okay, ang tinatanong dyan, alin yung hindi pwede natin gamitin to represent algorithms? Okay, of course, program. Kasi program is, when you represent algorithms in a program, it means you are now doing the implementation part. If you will represent only the algorithm, you need to use the pseudocode, flowchart, DFD, or you could actually use the syntax of a specific programming language. Okay? But not totally programming part. Okay? Next is, that's good. Lisel, JR. Okay. It refers to the execution of several activities at the same time. Sabi dyan, execution of several activities at the same time. Is it multitasking, sequential processing, serial processing, parallel processing? Okay. Execution ng several activities at the same time. So meaning, the correct answer is, okay, parallel processing. When we say multitasking, the system is doing several tasks. Okay? But more specific, execution of several activities or processes at the same time refers to parallel. Okay? Pag serial and sequential, one at a time lang yan. Okay? Next. A term for simultaneous access to a resource, physical or logical. A term for simultaneous access to a resource, physical or logical. Is it multi-programming, multitasking, threads, or concurrency? Okay? Pag sinabi natin threads, we're referring to the, halimbawa yung processor mo is quad-core. Probably meron siyang ilang thread. Okay? When you say multi-programming, we're doing some execution ng processes at the same time. Okay? Pwede rin simultaneously. Multitasking, we're doing different tasks at the same time also. Now, the correct answer, or the correct, the most appropriate term to be used is concurrency. Okay? Because we are referring to simultaneous access to a resource. Halimbawa, yung resource na yun is ginagamit ni process A, ginagamit na siya ni process B. Okay? That is concurrent. Okay, next. Databases. When a transaction fails, which of the following should be performed in order to abort it and to rebuild the previous state of the database? We will archive the database. We will commit the transactions even if it failed. We will do checkpoint dump, or we will roll back. Okay. To rebuild the previous state, sabi dyan we have the keyword rebuild the previous state. So meaning we will do a rollback. That's good. Okay, nakuha nung iba. Marami na ako pala actually. Okay, next. Programming and Internet. Which of the following is the general purpose markup language that allows its users to define their own tags and to facilitate the sharing of data across different information systems, particularly via the internet. Okay, HTML is used though this is a markup language, but this is used specifically for web design. Then UML is used for representing ginagamit rin sa database, ginagamit rin sa programming, representing the process of a specific system. SGML, ganun din. Now, the correct answer is XML, Extensible Markup Language. Ginagamit natin yung XML, pwede natin gamitin siya in JavaScript and in other programming language. So, this is just a markup language na we can create our own tag. Okay, that's good. Ang dami nakakuha. Okay, next. Information assurance and security. In the context of information security defined by ISO IEC 27001, which of the following is the property of safeguarding the accuracy and completeness of information assets? Pasensya na, no? Okay, is it authentication? Nasabi dyan, no? Property of safeguarding the accuracy and completeness of information. When we're talking about completeness, we're talking about, and accuracy, we're talking about integrity, not confidentiality, not authentication, not availability. Okay? So the correct answer is integrity. Okay, next. Programming based on a stepwise refinement process. Okay? Is it structural, procedural, si programming, object-oriented? Okay, pag sinabi natin stepwise refinement process, we're talking about structural. Procedural is, we're talking about procedures, functions. The same with si programming, we're talking about procedural. Object-oriented, we're talking about objects. So, to easily solve the problem, we convert bigger problems into smaller objects. Okay, now the correct answer is structural because we're talking to define the process of a specific system. Software testing. Which of the following is a type of software test that is performed in order to ensure that changes made for software maintenance do not affect any other unintended parts of the software? Okay. So, pag gumagawa tayo ng testing sa isang software, paano natin masisigurado na yung changes na ginawa natin during the maintenance, walang na-epektuhan na ibang parts or module ng software. Integration test, ginagawa natin yan during the testing. Okay, nag-integrate tayo ng module, ng isang module, integrate natin sa isang module, yung isang part, in-integrate natin into a whole part. Operational test, ginagawa naman natin yan, kinakonduct natin yan during the actual operations. System test, ginagawa din natin yan before actually na-develop yung isang system or probably after ma-develop yung isang system. We do regression test para malaman natin kung merong ibang changes na nagawa tayo doon sa ating system or processes. Okay? Halimbawa, hindi naman natin sinasadya. By executing this testing or